It's been a whirlwind. It's been a whirlwind. So if you guys are catching me on Facebook, welcome to the live. If you're catching the replay, type in replay in the chat. If you're catching the replay, type in replay in the chat. Hello, people. As you guys are coming in, let me know what city you guys are logging in from. Let me know what city you guys are logging in from. I am logging in from Miami. Welcome to Miami. I'm logging in from Miami. Um, I got a little bit of a cold. My voice is off a little bit, but no worries, y'all. No worries. It's good to see you guys. So, I'm not going to be on here long. I wanted to come on just to say hello to you guys. What is happening? What is new? How was the weekend? Let me know in the chat how the weekend was. But yeah, I'm in Miami. I am attending a conference centered in podcasters, and podcast creation. I have been thinking about doing a podcast for quite some time, at least at least 2 to 3 years. I've been thinking about it. It's been on my mind. So I am attending a podcast summit here in Miami, um, hosted by David Shans. He has the Social Proof podcast, which is one of the like top podcasts for Black entrepreneurs like in the world, y'all. Social Proof podcast. So yeah, so I decided to go ahead and invest in myself and take the trip down here to Miami and just learn more about podcasting and how to create a podcast. So that is what the conference has been about. So he has brought out some like top dog podcasters, and just really have given us the tea on how to get started in podcasting. A lot of it's, obviously getting started with anything, a lot of it in the beginning is going to be a lot of mindset stuff. So, like, that's really important to break through just all the mindset stuff. And then going into podcast creation and really creating a segment where you can be an authority in. So on my Instagram, I did drop a little poll. I did drop a little poll, and I was like, "Hey y'all, what y'all want me to talk about? What y'all want me to talk about?" Because I feel like I talk about beauty supplies so much that some of y'all be feeling my mom content or whatever, and so yeah, I was just like trying to get a feel for like what y'all would be interested in talking about, or hear me talk about rather. Because I mean, I have so many layers to me and so much diverse things I want to talk about. But at the core of this podcast is going to be all things beauty for sure. And then obviously, beauty supply is going to be up in there. So I feel like it's just going to be kind of a spin-off of the Black Beauty takeover show that I did this earlier this year. It's going to be a spinoff of that, which I really enjoyed doing that show and doing those segments. And if you guys did not check it out, I am an award-winning TV host of the Black Beauty Takeover over on The Convo. Check it out. I have like 8 episodes over there. It's amazing. So, so it's important that you guys get into these rooms in whatever you guys are trying to do. So like for me, um getting into this room, it wasn't just about doing a podcast and trying to figure out how to create a podcast, because I'm sure I could have went on Google and found out something. I'm sure I could have went on YouTube and find out something. It's really about getting into a room full of people who are literally trying to do what you're trying to do. It's about getting into the room, networking, feeling the energy, and not only getting into the room, networking and feeling the energy, but then also collabing with people and making sure that when you get into these rooms, you're working the room, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. So historically, when I used to come to things like this, like I would just like do what we usually do, which is like talk to the people that we know, not be thinking outside the box, all that stuff. But I decided that this trip I was not going to do that. And so I really charged myself with speaking to people that I don't know, being outside the box, all that stuff, which is why I decided to do the mastermind ticket, because tomorrow we are going to some mansion here in Miami and we're going to be spending a day of just masterminding, which is going to be different for me because, I don't know these people. So that, that is that. That's the new thing that I'm doing. That's the new thing that I'm doing. With all that being said, I do have some exciting news. I am beyond excited to share this actually. Not this, yeah, this week I'm going to be dropping the page for my event that's coming up in New York for store owners. It's happening in New York City in November. It's going to be Veterans Day weekend. Veterans Day weekend, which I think is the 9th and 10th of November. And this is going to be a complete game changer event that is specifically going to be for my store owners exclusively. And it's going to be a smaller event where I can actually have the opportunity to work with you guys who have stores to actually grow your store and scale it. So just depending on where you are in the business cycle, and there's obviously different cycles that you could be a part of, that you could be in. I'm going to meet you where you are in that cycle, and we're going to have 2 days of like literally creating a strategy around growing the business and then also preparing yourself for 2024. So this is going to be like an annual planning, growth and scaling weekend all wrapped into one. And so if you guys were tuning into me last week, I did a whole 5-day series specifically for my store owners on this page. And I like walked you guys through some like high level small things that you can do to increase revenues in your stores. I shared a ton of things that I did with my own store, and how I had to really be creative just having a store or operating a business in New York, which is unlike operating a business in any other city period. So I talked a lot about that, and if you guys didn't catch it, you can go over to the Power Circle group on Facebook. That is where all my replays live. You have to be a part of that community to catch the replays. But I talked a lot about that last week. And so in New York in November, it is going to be serious and it is going down. It is going down. Hey, what are you doing on here, friends? All right. So I'm gonna wrap up here, guys. Let me know in the comments if you have a store. If you have a store, let me know in the comments, because I definitely want to see you come out to New York, because investing in yourself, investing in your business is something that you are always going to have to do. As long as you want to stay in business, you're always going to have to be investing in yourself, investing in getting into these rooms, y'all. I am over a decade in the game and I'm still showing up to these rooms because things change. Last year's strategies is not today's strategies. And it's not going to be next year's strategies. Like, we are going into 2024. So the planning starts now, right? The planning starts now. So that's what we're going to be doing in November. So stay tuned. It's coming. The page is coming. I'm dropping it soon. The other thing I want to share with you guys is that it's only going to be for 10 store owners, because I'm going to be working one-on-one with you guys. It's not the same thing as my Atlanta conference where it's like everybody can come as long as we have room. I'm cutting it off at 10 people because I'm going to be working one-on-one with you guys, right? So it's a completely different experience, right? It's an experience that if you need coaching and you need consulting, this is what you want to come to. All right. So when you guys get the page, don't wait on it. Don't think on it. Don't sleep on it. Be decisive, make decision that if I want to grow and scale my business, if I want to be networking with people, if I want to spend a weekend with other store owners, this is where I need to be at. Make that decision, y'all. All right. So stay tuned, guys. The emails will be coming out. I'll probably do some more lives on this as soon as it drops. So stay tuned. Until then, guys, have a good night.